We're live. It's pretty stiff. No, up. up. Keep going. There you go. It's a little crooked, but needs to go down on my side. Like I said, it's pretty tight. There you go. That'll work. All right. That'll work. What's up, guys? Let me know if you can hear us okay, Bassmaster. Trying a new mic here. We want to make sure everything's working.
Yeah, how's the audio sound? Let us know. Got a new little Shure podcast mic. We're just doing a test run on it. See how it sounds.
Well, they ain't screaming at us yet, so. Yep, Aaron's got to work this evening. Sorry about your luck, dude. Jason Beck, how's it going, man?
What's up, Jeremy? Jeremy Pickett in the house.
Wow, they're coming in quick.
Sounds good, Jeremy? Good.
Yep, sounds good. Sounds good. Hello from Missouri. Sounds great. What's up, Mark? Nice to have you in the house. There's Mr. Isaac there. How's it going? Oh.
Okay, Bassmaster. Okay.
Yeah, make sure that's scrolling up by itself. I want to make sure it's going there. I'm going to get his.
It is, yeah.
Right,
what's up, Hank? Good to see you in here.
I'm going to get his email in here real quick.
Jason Beck, Bill. Good, Bill. I guess we'll keep this mic. It's a little mic I bought a couple months ago for doing voiceovers on my videos, and I never really used it. So I just thought I'd bring it up here and see what it sounded like. What's up, BP Fishing? Chris. Starting to get loaded up in here. So what's been going on, guys? Anybody been out on the water over the weekend? We had some pretty nice weather up here in Missouri. It was yesterday. It was like 65. I didn't get a chance to go. I was doing yard work.
It's where you needed to be.
Yeah, I've been. We had a bunch of tree limbs down from a storm probably like 3 weeks ago, and excuse me. And I just been driving past them, not really, just pretending not to see them. So Sunday was the day.
How'd that work out for you?
No, I saw them every time, but I just Sunday was the day to get it done. We busted it out. We spent about 5 hours out in the yard. We got a huge pile of leaves. I don't know if you saw my Instagram post, but there's literally it's almost 6 foot tall pile of leaves. And our lake is up so high right now that I can't burn them until the lake goes down, because I need to push them away from the yard and away from my retaining wall. So they're going to be sitting there for quite a while.
Check out Mox Lures. Great jigs, a great price, and even faster service. Ordered Friday, got them today. That's awesome, Aaron. Now, just don't forget, when you fish with me, you can't be using those. Those are strictly just for me.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening either.
Man buys something, he's going to use it.
Jeremy says he fished cedar Saturday. Do any good, Jeremy?
Let's see. He said he caught 4 slot fish on a jerkbait. Nice.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nice. What were the water temps over there, Jeremy? I'm curious. And what did it look like? And did you fish out of the Carbondale side, or did you go down to Pomona? I haven't been over there, and it's been probably a month since I've been over there.
Yeah, okay, says watch out for the jacket nest when you're in them leaves.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I don't want to find any of them things. Oof.
Yeah, Joe, sounds like I should have went fishing. I should have. But man, I needed to get that done. Now I don't have to worry about it. I need to cut the grass and kind of just mulch up what's left. There's a few stragglers that are sitting behind, but
Drew Moxon.
Yeah. Where's he at?
All at the bottom there.
Oh man. Moccasin Lure says weather has been awesome. Can't wait to get on the water. They have been staging or getting close. Yeah, we're a little bit away from that.
Yeah. I told them I went fishing the other day. It was 37 degrees when I got there.
Yeah.
Let's see, Bill says didn't fish, but worked on tackle. Got a new jig box for my terminal tackle and storage system. That's awesome, Bill. Nothing wrong with that. That's what the winter's for, is to kind of regain everything and go through all your hooks that you left laying in the boat or in the bottom of your tackle box and everything else. God knows mine's always a mess at the end of the year.
Yeah, I bought a new box the other day. I'm going to put a bunch of I bought a bunch of jigs from Moccasin. I'm going to kind of load that sucker up. I actually went a little bit overboard. I got too many jigs, but I'm just going to put a few of each color and in each style in there.
Tom said he's been detailing on boats there for his friend. Guy's supposed to pick it up tomorrow, Wednesday. Well, if I don't know you're doing that, Tom, I'll drop mine off and save myself the elbow work. Jeremy said 42 degrees Pomona was like chocolate milk. We fished Carbondale side. It was better.
Okay.
Yeah, Perry County wasn't, man, it was pretty muddy. Usually that outlet clears out pretty quick, but it kind of stayed there this time. Let's see. Oki's in the house. Evening, guys. Hit me up, Greg, tomorrow, and we can talk through the app and see if you still have issues. But oh, definitely, dude. Yeah, I'll let you know. Oh, what happened there?
I don't know.
Jumped all the way up to here.
Okay, Aaron says he took the new Triton out yesterday for a few hours. Didn't even take the first pole. Kincaid was a mud puddle. So how'd it go, Aaron? What'd you do? Just kind of break it in and putt around, do all the different RPMs and all that? That's a bad thing about a new boat is you got to be patient with that motor.
Yeah, definitely.
Hank Snows Outdoor says there should be some big sacks this weekend at the Bassmasters Elite Series at the same time. Yeah, it could be. I think they're right on the verge. They've got some cold weather coming. Those Florida strings really shut down in that cold weather. So we'll see. I don't know. I was listening to a couple different people talk about that, and they're thinking that the weights are going to be a lot lower than they were last year. You know, last year's Rick Clunn one, I think he had mid-90s. So. What's up, Sophia? How are you? Good to see you.
Oh, and look at this one here, guys. See, congrats. His first jig fishing. So I did see that one. That was pretty cool. That's once you get into jigs, it's hard to get away from that stuff. So
what's up, Richard? Richard Stroud from Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know if you follow OK Bassmaster, but he caught his first jig fish ever.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
So a little bit of a little.
That's nice.
Little stud there.
That is cool. I don't remember the first jig fish I ever caught. You know, I remember I used to fish in a farm. Well, it was a subdivision. It had 4 little ponds in it. And I remember throwing like an 1/8 ounce hair jig. You know, it had a weed guard on it and everything, but it was hair, and I had put a little pork rind on there. This was when I was a kid. I remember that's one of the first jig fish I remember catching. But I remember the water was like 38 degrees.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that don't get you hooked, then nothing will.
Yeah. I caught 2 fish that day.
It was his first time ever fishing in the cold water. First fish on a jerk bait. That's awesome, man. I tell you, that's just in my opinion. You may have a different opinion, but I think a jerk bait is probably one of the hardest things to get confidence in, as far as any kind of moving baits like that.
Well, there's so many subtleties in a jerk bait. I mean, you got the color thing, you got the water clarity, and then you got the cadence, and then you got the depth. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it can be pretty tricky. Hank says my first jig fish was a bonefish.
Bonefish, Florida fishing there.
Was that on like a spec rig, Hank? What kind of jig were you throwing?
And Hank, just to let you know, I got a special guest coming on here shortly. He's just got the invite, so he'll be getting on here. But he's from your neck of the woods, so might have to throw him a few questions here.
South GA says I caught a snapping turtle my first time using a jig. Felt like pulling up a car mat off the bottom. Yeah, man, and turtles. Oh, I've caught turtles punching before, like big old snapping turtle.
Punching?
Yeah. Sure.
I've had soft shell turtles, especially at Kincaid, chase a buzzbait. I don't know why. Yeah. You can just see them just back there, just paddling as quick as they can. But I mean, they don't catch up with it. But
they're bad about doing that with a spook or something that's walking. They'll creep up on it. Frogs, they love frogs in the grass.
Yeah.
Frogs love frogs in the grass.
Robert Daniels says catfish like the jigs too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've caught some big flatheads on a jig.
I have never caught a flathead. I don't think I've ever caught one bass fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've caught channel cats and blues and stuff like that, especially on crankbaits. So you always end up on their side. But
we were fishing a tournament over at Cedar. It's been about 4 years ago, and we were pitching some standing timber, probably 8 to 10 foot, and just using like a 3/8 ounce jig. And I remember flipping in there, getting a thump, setting the hook, and the game it was on. And long story short, it was about an 18-pound flathead. But you know how it is that first 10 seconds, you think you got, the big bass of the tournament, and then you figure out it's not a bass. It just keeps digging. So
guys, this is our special guest for this evening. You guys probably have seen his tackle box out there in a few different places, but this is a guy that owns the Florida Tackle Club. So it's strictly a Florida, correct?
Yeah, we're based out of Florida, but we're actually we sell to other states too. So hi everybody, I'm Vic, I'm the owner of Florida Tackle Club.
What's up, Vic? Good to have you on here, man.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
So we figure we have some different guests on here, kind of go through, what's going on in your region. Being you're down in Florida, you guys are a whole lot different than what we've got up here.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit ago. I had 37-degree water temps here the other day, so I'm sure you guys haven't seen 37. So
Nah, it doesn't get that cold, and if it does, all the snook dies. So I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, it's coming out of the refrigerator if it's that cold.
No kidding. So how's your fishing been going down there?
It's been going pretty good. Yeah, I mean it's been a mild winter, like you guys know, and so it's been the spawn kind of is happening in some places already, like pretty early, and the peacock bass fishing has been good, and saltwater fishing has been good. So yeah, I can't complain. I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, it's kind of hard to complain when you can fish all year long.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, catching topwater bass in January sometimes, so it's it's good stuff. Yeah.
So while we got you on here, I'll let you explain a little bit, here on the live stream, kind of what makes your box a little bit better than a lot of the other subscription boxes. I know quite a few of the pointers there, but I'll let you explain a little bit of, what the difference is between your boxes and, like, let's say mystery tackle box or something like that.
Okay. Thanks, Rick. Yeah. Well, our box is different in that it's individually customized. So, we work with captains all around the state of Florida, and, they tell us what works for them on their guided trips. And then we go and we seek out to buy those particular lures, and we send those lures to people that live in those captains' areas. And the other thing we do too is we can communicate with club members. They can let us know, hey, I do a lot of shallow water fishing, or I do a lot of pond fishing, or I do bridge and inlet fishing if they're saltwater fishing. And then we send them tackle that will work for that type of fishing. So it's truly, the intention is to be an individually customized box, and we've been successful so far with doing that.
That's cool. And you guys don't use fillers, correct?
No, we don't. Yeah. So everything we have in the box is either brand new, the stuff that was really awesome that we saw at ICAST and we've had people try out, or it's stuff that's tried and true that everybody knows, this stuff works.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the box that I personally wouldn't throw, and the captains that we work with wouldn't throw, and they do over 200 trips a year, and if they do use artificials, this is stuff that they use, and you know how that is. Like, you can't just go out there messing around. You want your clients to catch fish, so
right.
Yeah, everything is top of the line quality. Nothing, no filler, no overstock or anything like that.
Yeah, and you have Mexican lures in your stuff too, right?
We do, yeah. I met Isaac at ICAST this summer, and actually I'd heard of moccasin from a friend who's from Georgia, but I had never even used them. And I just walked by the booth and I saw the jigs, and I was like, man, those are amazing, just the way that they looked. And then got to use them and asked around too, and they're very reputable. And just the quality of the jig is amazing. It's. I actually have one right here. It's it's still wet because I was using it earlier today.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
So you guys, and I know another thing with you guys is you guys are not a month to month to month. You guys are in every other month, so 6 months out of the year, correct?
Yeah. So we, anytime someone comes up, we send them the box right away. So sign up. We ship usually out on Tuesdays. Sometimes we ship out just the next day. But we do 6 boxes bi-monthly, and really the reason is, I don't personally, as an angler, I don't, use 100 of lures a year, and it's a way for people really just to get exposed to new tackle. It's, in my opinion, a little more, maybe more affordable. You're not paying every month; you're paying every other month. And then, you're not getting overloaded with tackle. You have, your box for the next 2 months. And if you like that stuff, you can go to your tackle shop or go to the manufacturer and buy more. We don't sell individual pieces on our website or anything. It's just, a really fun way to try new stuff. And also for gifts. Like, a lot of people buy our box as a gift for someone if they don't know what to buy them, but they know they love to fish. They buy our box, and we'll send stuff out that works.
Well, that's cool.
So yeah.
All right, man. Well, I will put all your links down in the description, and we'll make sure we put it on when we put it on our platforms and everything. We'll get you all linked in there. So we appreciate you stopping by and kind of explaining. Oh,
I got a question real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
You said peacock bass earlier. So
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about those. Are those really common in your area, or is it just like 1 or 2 places that has that to offer, that type of fishing?
Well, really, like South Florida, really from, I would say, like Palm Beach County over to Lee County, and then south of that, peacock bass are pretty common.
Okay.
And it's a really neat, fish to catch, like this, Amazonian fish that was, exotic species, and now it's a huge game fish. So, they're, I grew up in Miami, so Miami, there's a big fishery for that there, but also, up north in Palm Beach County and over west too. So, yeah, they're a neat fish to catch. They're awesome fighters. They're very aggressive, and a lot of times they go for smaller baits. Actually, I have some stuff out. Like, I'll show you one. Like, Gambler makes these really small swim baits called teasies, and I'll open one up. And so it's like their Big Easy if you ever use one of those. Sure. A lot of guys use it in Okeechobee, but it's a tiny little swim bait, and you use that with a jig head, and they crush these. And I caught huge bass on these too, especially in the wintertime, downsized baits and stuff. And they also go for other things, like they go for, small little hard lures and things like that. So yeah, if you guys ever come down in South Florida, hit me up, because I know a lot of guys that can put you on peacock bass for sure.
Yeah. What's a, in our area, a good quality size largemouth is, around that 5-pound range. What's a good quality size peacock bass?
Well, peacock, I would say like 4 to 5 is like a nice one, but people catch up to 9. Like, there's 9 to 10 pound peacock bass that people catch, like these huge, peacock bass, like similar to the big largemouth we have down here and stuff. Okay. So yeah, 4 to 5 is like a nice, like a tank, and then you can get up to the bigger ones, like 9, 9, but those aren't very common, but they're out there.
You probably tear the hooks out of your bait too. I've heard horror stories about them just ripping the hooks right off the bait.
They do, yeah. You have to have some quality stuff, because they'll bend them out. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, thanks. I've never really heard anybody talk about peacock bass, and you said that, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick his brain a little bit on that.
It's fun fish to catch. So yeah, you guys come down here, let me know.
I'll do like a business trip or something.
Heck yeah, man.
There you go.
Work it out, man. We start saving, man. Just put $1 in your sock every week.
There you go. Well, thank you guys for having me on the show, and I do have a code for your listeners, so I'll type it into the comments.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
$10 off, free shipping on any order if people want to try it out. And we really tailor it to Florida, but also all throughout the South. We're starting to work with guides in different states and send stuff out too. So if you have people out there in Missouri or wherever that want to try it, we can set something up. So
all right, we appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Right. So like I said, I'll link all your stuff down below. As soon as we get done with this, we'll put it all in the description for you. So they'll have links to all your stuff. You're on Instagram, Facebook, and you said you're going to start doing a YouTube channel too?
Yeah, we have some stuff on YouTube. It's just a few things, but we're going to start to do like a weekly, and then coming months we'll do a weekly lure of the week and a review, and some video of fish being caught on that lure. So yeah, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We have a Twitter too, but not as active on there. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll put you all down in there, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Nice
meeting you. All right. Tight lines. Take care.
All right.
All right, guys. So we will catch up on some comments here a little bit before we jump into all that. I My brother-in-law Mark made it onto YouTube. He is going big time,
Man,
man.
peacock bass. I want
I
some
know.
of that.
I'd love to get into some peacock
I've
bass.
seen some huge explosions.
All right, let's see what we got here.
But he's saying they hit small stuff too. I guess every fish will hit something small.
All right. Okay, bass next 49. Okay, so we're right here, I think. Okay, I have no clue what I was doing. I was dragging the swim jig at the bottom of a official pig. Okay.
Catfish like jigs. We saw that. We know catfish like jigs.
Okay, so Tom says I am officially now retired from detailing boats. This was a 2019 Triton. A new dealer for his 2020s are sitting in his driveway for about 3 months. Okay. Well, Tom, even if you get bored and you decide you want to do another boat, just let me or Gabe know, either one. We will gladly take you up on a detailing.
Man, I need some better. You said you bought some stuff that worked
Yes.
really good, didn't you?
Yes,
because
you're going to have to try it.
My boat's really faded out.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring it back.
You guys, I will be first to tell you, I am very skeptical when it comes to buying cleaning stuff or polishes or this and that. But I'll tell you, I use the Protect stuff. I got it when I was down in Knoxville. And I can tell you what the first time I used it, I am extremely impressed with that stuff. I mean, it cut through a lot of stuff. The shine on my boat, it repels water really well. I'm really impressed with that stuff. So if you guys haven't checked out that stuff, it's well worth it. Okay, Bassmaster says jerk baits are fun if you can get it good at it. Yeah, definitely. Jason says, I need to get out. I'm glad the ice is melting here in Jersey. Jason, it's melting now, but I think we've got like snow coming through what, Wednesday?
I don't know.
Or something. Yeah,
we got a cold front coming for sure.
Yeah. Bubbleville Bassin says, whack a nice bass on a custom bladed jig today. First fish on a custom bladed jig so far. That's awesome, dude. Aaron says, work calls later all. All right, Aaron, we'll see you in a little bit. Hank says it was Millie's Bucktail Series 200 pig head jig with a white bucktail and back tipped with a small piece of orange worm.
What? Oh, that's a bucktail jig.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Jeremy said it was weird to me, fish not fighting. I reeled them in, just spun. It was all different. Oh, he's talking about, when he went fishing in the cold. Or it was was when you caught the catfish, I bet. That's what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah. And they slime your line up too, really, really bad. You pretty much have to cut it off because the fish can smell it.
And don't dare stick them on your carpet in the boat. Ugh. Okay, it says absolutely. Moxon lures. Okay. My first fish on a jig was a 6.5 pound largie.
Nice. That's a way to get started. That's the way to get it started.
Yeah, I would not complain about that. 6.5 pounder any day on whatever it was. And Jason said I caught a channel cat on a Ned rig. I had a candlewood. Yeah, I imagine that'd fight pretty good there. Tom says turtles on crankbaits will make you think a few seconds. Yeah, I bet they would.
Yeah.
Oh, Oklahoma's worst anglers in the house. How's it going, man? Wait a minute. I've seen this. Hang on. Where's that? He says I caught a bird on a smoot before.
Blue herring. I've had that almost happen multiple times, especially working down the bank really tight to the bank, and they're sitting there perched, and they'll start wading in the water and come towards it. I've had that happen too.
The worst thing I've ever had was an owl.
An owl.
An owl. For whatever stupid reason, I was fishing. It was actually Perry County, and I seen him sitting up in a tree, and it was in the late fall. I was fishing a fluke. I was actually striper fishing, and every time I'd throw that thing, that owl would just watch it like this, and just every time, just watch it go to the water. I'm like, well, he ain't stupid enough to go after that. And he went after that stupid thing. I couldn't reel fast enough to get away from him.
Yeah.
And finally, I just started ripping through the water. I didn't know where it was going, but I was trying to keep away from him. But
yeah, you don't want to hook a bird. That's bad. I hooked a bat one time. I was fly fishing out in Colorado.
Bat?
Yeah, I was fly fishing out in Colorado, and there's a lot of these little ponds that are up in the mountains, and they're stocked with trout. And I was fly fishing. I had a little white posted gnat. It's just a little bitty fly, like size 18 or something. And there was these bats flying around, and so I'm whipping like this, and on my back cast, actually that bat came down and grabbed my fly, and I hooked it in the wing. And so I'm sitting here. It was like I was flying a kite. So you got a 9-foot fly rod, and I had about 20 foot of floating fly line, and then I had about 10 feet of leader. And so I'm just going around in circles, and this bat is connected to my fly. He's sitting up about 20 feet in the air, I guess, something like that. And I'm just going around in circles. I didn't know what to do. So it finally got so tired that it couldn't fly anymore, and it landed on the ground on the levee right there. And I walked over, and I got some pliers. It was really scary. Bats are weird when you get close to them. It's a little bitty bat. It was black with white wings. And I had some needle nose pliers, and I got in there and I just ripped the fly out of its wing. And it kind of scampered around a little bit, and eventually it took off. I didn't see it take off, but we just turned around and it was gone. But yeah, that's my bird story right there. I guess that's a bird. It's more like I don't know.
It's a rat with wings.
Yeah, it's a flying rat.
So
it's a cousin to a squirrel, I guess.
Something.
E says he's caught a bird on spook before. Yeah, you fish a spook enough, and you're going to get that opportunity.
Yeah. I'll carry through a couple of these.
I don't know what else I've hooked. You hooked anything else strange on a fishing? Something you're not supposed to.
Other than a snake.
Yeah, I've hooked a snake
Plenty
before.
of snakes.
I've almost hooked a muskrat. I've almost hooked a beaver.
Now, I've hooked a beaver. That didn't last very long.
No, they break you off quick.
Yeah. Trying to think of anything else odd that I've hooked.
I had this snake story that I think I told you this before. I was fishing at I'll repeat it because I think it's kind of funny. I was fishing Duck Creek, and Duck Creek is about a 2,000 acre lake, and it's a big rectangle, and it's got riprap all the way around it, and it's shallow grass. Anyway, it was June-ish, and I was pitching. The fish were real tight to the bank. They were spawning, and I was flipping a worm, just a 10-inch worm up shallow, and I kind of overpitched, and I got up in the rocks, and I got hung on a root wad. There was a little tree there, and it looked like some of its roots were growing out of the rock, and so I'm pulling, trying to pop it off. I can't get it. So I get a little bit closer. I'm still probably like 20 feet. So I'm pulling, and this root is just kind of going like this. And I could pull the root, and it'll come towards me, and then it goes back. And I'm shaking it. It's dark. It's like a black root looking thing. And as I get in closer, I'm going in to, poke it with my rod. And it is a snake that was in the rock, in the riprap, and it had grabbed my worm, and it was holding on to it. So every time I pulled, his neck was just, coming like this out. And I thought it was a root, man. I thought it was a root.
I could imagine grabbing that thing.
No, and so I finally just pulled as hard as I could, and he opened up his mouth and let go of it. He wasn't hooked. He was just holding on to it.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. That could have went bad really quick. Yeah. I've had them fall out of trees too and hit and land in the back of my boat and just scamper out.
Yeah. I had one of my buddies I fished a tournament with. He had a water box and laying in the back of the boat with me because he was turning. It was a real tight pocket way in the back of a cove, and he went to go turn the boat around, and the motor just kind of caught that little bit of a brush that was there, and that thing fell right out of right in the back deck of me. Man, I was at the front of the boat.
Yeah,
and it couldn't have been but maybe one step, but I was up there all the way. I was like, oh.
I got one more for you real quick. I was out. This is a couple years ago. I was fishing offshore at the mouth of this big cove. And I'm casting on this little drop off, fishing I don't remember what it was, big swim bait or something. But I see this little green snake swimming out towards my boat. And I'm probably 200 yards from the bank on either side. I see this little bitty green snake swimming towards the boat. And I'm in my little 14-foot John boat. I see him coming towards the nose of the boat, and he's starting to go underneath the boat. And so I'm looking for him to come out on the other side. I keep looking, I'm looking. There's no snake on the other side. Then I kind of started getting a little nervous. I'm like, well, okay, if he went in on this side and he didn't come out on this side, then that means he either went down or he's underneath the front of the boat. So I'm kind of looking on this side, nothing. I don't know what's going on. And I happen to look up, and on the head of my trolling motor, I see this little head come up. It's a little green snake. He climbed up the shaft of my trolling motor and was gonna, I looked like a big log out there floating in the middle of the cove. And so I just kind of took my rod tip and kind of hit the top of the trolling motor, and he let go and started swimming back the way he came. But, if it was a green snake, it wouldn't have hurt me, but it was creepy.
Yeah, I don't mind snakes as long as I see them and I know what's going on with them.
Yeah, well, I like to see them come and I like to see them go, but He didn't go. He just stayed right there. So.
Yeah, it's especially when they climb to the back of your boat and try to get in it. That's
Yeah.
There's only so many places you can go.
I'm not jumping out of the boat. That's my boat. We'll be fighting in there.
Yeah,
I'll do something. I'll pull out my pocket knife and get dirty.
Just beating with that $300 rod.
Yeah, I look like a ninja, man. Throwing a throw knife at him, stick him to the carpet.
So Hank Snow says the Florida Tackle Club box is, I would say, the best box on the market. Well, Hank would definitely know. He lives down in Florida, so I'm pretty impressed that they're actually starting to branch out and come out of Florida, though. That's pretty neat. Like I said, I do like the idea of them not doing it every single month. That is kind of nice.
I like how they cater to whatever style of fishing you're doing too.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely. Seal, oxen lures.
Richard says, how large do the peacock bass get in Florida? He probably asked that when he was on there. Yeah, he said about 9 pounds, 9 to 10 pounds is a really, really big one. But it sounds like they run about like largemouth, you know, like a 4 to 5 pound largemouth. Around here is a good fish. And that's the same with the peacock bass. It's a good quality peacock bass.
South Georgia Bass Marcy. Yeah, the link for the Florida Tackle Club, I will put everything down in this video after it posts. I can try to do it now, but I don't think it won't register until after we do the finish the live stream and it runs through YouTube. So I will put everything down in it as soon as we're finished with the live stream. I'll have it all down there for you.
Okay, Bassmaster says, well, I'm sold for the moccasins.
That's awesome.
LOL. Yep.
You will not be disappointed there.
Yeah. Greg's got a code.
Yep.
If you want to order, I got a code, whichever, split the difference.
Yeah, I'll put both of them down in the description when we're done. So, yep.
It'll save you 20% off an order.
Yep. So if you don't like me, you can use his. If you don't like him, you can use mine.
Right. If you order using his code and you don't catch any fish off that jig, which you will, you can go with my code and
yeah. Either way, you're covered. So works out great. All right. Hank says they do a freshwater and a saltwater box. Yeah, not many people around here are going to be interested in saltwater, but the freshwater, definitely. I think it's cool that they cater to both sides, though. That's pretty neat.
Okay, Bassmaster says, are you guys geared for bass? Or clarify on that. I'm always geared up for bass.
Yeah.
I play bass, too, so I'm geared for bass. Yeah. Bass and bass, it's one of those words.
I usually go after them crappies.
Crappies.
Yeah. They're good to eat.
Yeah.
Make myself fatter on those things.
You got to eat them baked, man. You got to
bake
them with some nice veggies and a little rice pilaf on the backside.
Oh, now you're starting to sound.
Put some avocado on the side.
Let's see. Where do we go here? We jumped way down there.
Did we?
Yes, sir. We did.
Back it on up.
Oh, here we go. So, see, I got Mark a while ago. I seen he was on. Joe Marks. That would be a good time catching them. Yeah, I'd love to go after peacock bass. That'd be a lot of fun.
Jason Beck says he thinks they're a cichlid. Yeah, I don't know if they're in the cichlid family. I had a lot of cichlids. I used to have like the African cichlids,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if the Oscars are in the cichlid family or not. But
I don't know. Yeah, my dad used to raise cichlids.
Yeah, I had it one time. I had years ago. My dad had just been working at a really good job, and he had extra spending money he was going to buy. I've got a sister and a brother. He was going to buy all three of us a nice Christmas gift. So he gave us like $2,000. He's like, you can spend it on whatever you want. My sister got a computer. And I think my brother got a nice computer. And I bought a 220-gallon fish tank. I think he's kind of disappointed.
Well,
but they're doing stuff to further their education. And I'm just, it's a fishing thing.
You're happy. You're a happy mailman, though.
But it was awesome. It was like 6 foot long
with a 200-gallon fish tank.
Yeah, 220. Yeah.
Their friends are going to come over and look at their computer.
Yeah, yeah. Computer's boring, man.
Yeah,
mine's alive. But I bought like a bag of like 100 African cichlids at one time and dumped them all in there. It was awesome.
No, I
had Oscars in there. And
we had Oscars growing up. We had Oscars and an arowana. The arowana was pretty cool, but
they spit, don't they? Can't they spit up out of the water? I think they do in the wild. Like if they see an insect on a branch, they'll actually shoot water.
I don't know if they shoot. They may. I don't know. I know they'll jump up out of there and catch stuff off of limbs.
Okay.
Because we lost like 2 or 3 of them doing that. Because we had a little opening in the back and they would jump out.
Jump out?
Yeah. We'd come home and find them laying behind the fish tank dead.
Dang, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
They're pretty pricey too.
Yeah, they weren't too cheap. So, Oh, Julie Riviera says Florida Tackle Club, such a great gift for you, yourself, or anyone.
Yep, definitely. Man, everybody likes to get a little box of lures in the mail.
Absolutely.
It's a surprise.
I will not turn it down if anybody wants to send me anything.
It's a step up from a Christmas card.
Yeah. BV says, I love to fish in Florida one of these days. Yeah, you and me both. I'd love to go down there and fish. I hear it's really tough, though. I mean, everybody talks about how big the fish are down there and everything else, but I heard it is extremely tough fishing down there.
They're real finicky. You know, a lake like Okeechobee, you got just miles and miles and miles of grass, and it's like, where do you start? And then if you get any kind of cold front, those Florida strain are real finicky. They get lockjaw. You know, most of those tournaments, you got 3 or 4 pound-and-a-halfers, and then you got one big tank, you know, like a 7 or 8, and that's your bag. A lot of times, you don't catch. It doesn't seem like you catch like 5 4-pounders in a limit,
unless you're like Cox,
John. Yeah,
John Cox. Jesus, him and his Cox juice, they're killing it.
What a name!
Yeah, it is. Mark said it only took him 25 minutes. Mark, I'm telling you, you'll be 10 times happier being on the YouTube side of things rather than that Facebook. And the quality, I can't get the quality on there because we don't have another camera for it.
Good things take time, Mark.
So, okay.
All-Star Outdoors is back.
Oh, he's back. I didn't even see you come in, All-Star. It's good having you in here, man. Okay, Bassmaster said, show Mikey that pic I sent earlier. I see his shirt he's wearing. Who's Mikey?
Mikey, he likes it.
Mikey.
Moccasin says that box really takes the guesswork out of it. Definitely going to be picking up one of their saltwater boxes before heading down to chase some reds.
Chase them red.
You ever caught a redfish?
No, I have. I've never been fishing.
Strong.
No.
They're pretty strong.
That's what I hear. I don't know what Isaac's doing, going down there going red fishing. He's got jigs to make.
He's testing out his redfish saltwater jig line that he's coming out with.
That may be.
Yeah.
I'd be willing
Rumor
to bet.
has it.
I bet that little swim jig will work pretty good for them. Reds.
Yeah, I think it would too. Definitely.
So Jason Beck says highs in the 50s here in the next few days. Man, good for you because we got snow coming Wednesday.
Where's Jason at?
Jason is in New Jersey.
Okay. Wow, that's nice for up there.
Yeah. Chuck Cable, how's it going back at our bass and Tin Horse Monty? Things are going good, man.
What's up, Chuck? Doing good.
Outdoor Addiction says I caught a carp on a finesse jig and he wasn't snagged. He choked it like a bass would.
Dang.
Huh. Probably thought it was a chunk of grass. I don't know. I say that because it's weird because I've seen carp actually hit topwater lures, small like little torpedoes and stuff.
Suck it in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really surprised with it, but it doesn't happen that often.
That's pretty interesting. I've caught them on just worms, you know.
Oh yeah,
for catfish,
especially out of the river.
Yeah,
you catch them carp in there all the time like that. Let's see. Robert Daniels says I caught a snake one time. I threw my worm up against the bank.
Same sounds like my story, man. That's the same thing that happened to me. Never saw that coming.
Jason says mini gators when I fished Florida. Yeah, that's another reason. I don't know how much I'd want to deal with that down there. Cool.
Do they ever try to get in a boat, Jason? I'm always curious about that.
Actually, I think. Well, Isaac is from Florida originally.
Okay.
He was actually telling me about some stories with him and his dad fishing. He said they love the frog.
They love the frog.
Ugh. Full armor Bassin. How's it going, man? Good
What's
having you
up?
in here.
Fab. Enjoying your saltwater series. We were just talking about some saltwater stuff.
Yeah, which I've got Adam, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to subscribe to your channel again. Because for whatever reason, I keep getting unsubscribed, and I don't know why. Every time I go back in there and open it up, I'm unsubscribed. But like 2 days later, I'll get a notification for your video that dropped 2 days before then. So I don't know what's going on with that. But
interesting.
Jason, I hit one so hard with the jig once it took off, snapped my rod, scared the crap out of me. I would imagine that would. It scared the crap out of me too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Man, this thing jumps around big time.
Yeah, I wish. Oh, here we go.
Is that it? Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Robert says he's caught the hideous turtle as well.
Ugh.
Yep.
You can keep them turtles. I hate them things.
Outdoor Addiction says I was fishing yesterday and seen a water moccasin. crazy that turtles and snakes are out in February. Yeah, I haven't seen a snake yet, but I have been seeing the turtles.
Yeah, my log was full of them today
The
and
turtles?
yesterday. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were all piled up on there.
Yeah, they get bored, man. They come out and look around for a few days, go back down.
Okay, Backmaster. He says, y'all talking Bill Dance episodes now. Nope, I'm good.
Yeah, bloopers. And, yeah.
Yeah, that one snake had dropped right in his lap, man. I remember the first time I ever seen that. I thought I was going to almost pee myself.
Yeah.
I was just laughing.
Well, I had one fall in the boat. I was mentioned that earlier. I got hung up underneath a overhanging tree, and I went in real tight, and I heard something like thump in the back deck in my little John boat, and it was a snake. He hit and he went right out of the boat. He was black. I don't know what kind he was. Didn't really matter.
So he's talking to Mox.
Richard says 2 different times at Kentucky Lake, I've had Asian carp visit the deck of my boat, and they were not greeted with a mouth. There you go, man. Knock them out. There's too many of those things.
Yeah, it looks like, I tell you what, from what I've been reading and stuff like that, it seems like they're making a pretty good dent.
Yeah.
And talking to a few anglers from that area, I have heard they've seen a lot of smaller bass there this year.
Yes, I've heard that too. Yeah.
So I am happy to hear that. I'll be going down there in April, so hopefully I'll get to see some of it.
I witnessed that in I sat out of the BFLs last year because they kept raising the entry rates, the entry fees. But 2018, we started seeing a lot of like 11 and 12 inch bass, 11 to 13 inch bass. There was one tournament, the last tournament I fished down there in the fall, I caught like 25, 30 bass, but they were all in that 11 to 13 inch range.
Yeah.
So those fish are starting to get up.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what you
by now.
haven't seen in a while. Though.
Yeah.
That's
It's
good.
the shad. The shad started coming back last year. That's the deal right there. You get that shad going.
Yeah.
If we could just get some grass in that lake.
Yeah, no kidding. Jason says, I love to bake crappie on the grill. Fried gives me heart issues. Well, don't be doing that, man. You just stick with the on the grill.
See, he knows what he's talking about. Baked crappie. What kind of seasoning do you put on those? You put like a lemon pepper, or that's what we used to put on trout.
Lemon pepper?
Yeah, lemon pepper.
I've done the blackening.
Mm-hmm.
And
that sounds better, blackened crappie.
Oh, yeah. My stepdaughter ate the living crap out of that.
Yeah.
I think I got one fillet out of all 6. She ate the rest. So
yeah, it's got to be better than trout. Trout's not.
Trout,
Yeah,
you can keep trout.
It's pretty fishy, man.
Yeah, you can keep trout.
I mean, it's okay.
It's okay fresh.
Right.
If it hits a freezer, it is done for me. I don't like it.
It's got some good omegas in it, though. It's like that sticky fat.
Yeah, Fullerman Bass says, same here, Gabe. I love catching drums and playing the drums.
Right. Bass and bass, drums and drums.
Jason says, no comment on the sub boxes. Yeah, Jason's a big monster bass guy. It's all right. Not a big deal. Man, there it went again, didn't it?
Here we go. We're at Outdoor Addiction.
Yep.
Says, I bought several Walmart bait caster combos, and I'm looking at buying one nice bait caster. What would you all recommend?
Number one, as long as you are subscribed to my channel, and I tell you what, let me see where I am at right now, Outdoor Addictions, and I will tell you guys what I am lacking here, if any.
That was a great segue question into what this man's getting ready to tell you.
Okay, so I got 491 subs right now. So 9 more, and my video will drop for the giveaway. And actually, Gabe's got it right here. So this will be the giveaway. This is the Boo Garcia. It's
box.
A Revo Max.
Is there a reel in there too?
No, there's no reel. It's just a box.
Just a box.
Yeah.
It's a free box.
No, guys, it is. It's a great reel. It's a 7 to 1, 7 to 3.
Nice.
7 to 3 gear ratio. Like I said, brand spanking new reel. I can turn it the right way here so you can see it. Well, I'm asked backwards here, but it is a very, 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 very nice, smooth reel. So if you're in the market for a new reel, we're giving one away. So get your butts in there. As soon as the video drops, all you got to do is leave a comment in there and make sure you subscribe to my channel. And that is all you got to do.
So 500 subs, then he's going to drop a video and tell you how to get entered in the giveaway.
Yep. Exactly.
Great. That's awesome.
We can probably hit that tonight if you guys push a little bit. So like I said, I'm only 9 subs away. So if you guys want to push a little bit and get that rolling, I'll drop the video. And like I said, I'll draw a winner in 1 week. It would just be a random comment in that video that I'm gonna draw the winner from. So everybody's got a fair shot at it.
Do I still get to put my name in there 5 times?
No. Anybody that is subscribed to my channel, like I said,
Okay.
this is for all the support you guys have shown me to get to 500 subs. So anybody and everybody that is subbed to my channel better put a comment down there to get entered. So, and to farther your question, Outdoor, the Boo Garcia, the Revo Max or the Revo X is a great reel to start off with. But you'll hear me time and time again preach about a lose reel. Lose reels from their low end to their high end are extremely well made. They'll take a beating. I can tell you that. They're very, very good reels. I have had very, very few issues out of any of them I've had.
You like some of the Bass Pro Shops reels too for a $100 price point, or
even not even the $100. The probably one of the top reels that I used for years and never really had any issues with. And Bass Pro is notorious for putting this thing on sale for I think $49 almost every spring, I think. And that's the Bass Pro Pro Qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
That is an all-around solid reel right there for $50. I mean, I don't think you'll find a better $50 reel out there. Not in my opinion, but what's your go-to for around $100, somewhere around there?
The lose. I mean, right now, some of the lower end lose that I've got are around that 129. I can't even remember the model, the MGs, I think, but you can get them for 94, 96 if you look. So yeah, I've had really good luck with those.
I think it's just a straight lose speed spool, just the original speed spool.
Right.
For $100.
Right. I've got like 6 different kinds. I can't remember the prices on them, but I've been happy with every one of them. I only had one that had a little bit of play in the handle that I had to send back. But it was my fault. I was working it just a little bit too hard. But they, one thing about Lose is their customer service is really, really good. They're located in, they're out of Springfield, Missouri, and you can call them and you'll talk to a person. You can go over the problem. They'll give you a confirmation code, like a repair order code. You send it down there and they get on it. The turnaround time's pretty quick and it's reasonably priced. I've sent a couple things down there and they've taken care of it. I lost my whole spool that one time. I did a little video on that.
I remember that video.
So
that was
we
awesome.
drove all the way down. We drove about an hour, 15 minutes, launched the boat. We go out, we're fishing lily pads with frogs. This is in the summertime. And I literally made probably 6 casts with a frog. And all of a sudden I heard something go bloop in the water. And I looked down to see kind of what it was. And no, it was the side plate.
Yeah, it was
the side plate.
Yeah.
Not the spool, because
I
would still have it. It was a side plate.
Yeah.
So I heard a bloop and I looked down to see it drop in the water. And this reel it's an older Lose reel. It was the Tournament Pro. It was I think it was the first reel that came out when they really started amping it up, because they lay dormant for years. The Lose reels, they've been around for quite a while, but then they didn't really do anything. And then all of a sudden they started making a push. That Tournament Pro is an excellent reel. Long story short, that side plate fell off a 10 or 12-year-old reel. And I thought, there is no way I'm going to ever be able to replace that. And the reel still worked great. I mean, it was in my lineup every day. So I made a phone call and talked to the guy down there. And he said, okay, hold on a second. Let me go look in the parts room. I'll see what I got. He comes back a couple minutes later and he says, yep, we got 3 of them. Let me look through these and I'll find one that, passes my inspection and I'll send it to you. He sent it to me $5. I just paid for shipping. He sent it to me free. It's like I think the part was $30 or something, but that's kind of customer service,
That's pretty good.
I mean, I definitely can't complain.
I still remember watching that. That was almost as funny as me falling over the cooler.
If you'd have fell in the water, it would have been even funnier.
That footage would have never made it then.
I'm sure you had a towel in your boat. You'd have been all right.
So Jason says, I've never had a gator get in the boat, but I've had them bask when I got out and leave the boat on the bank. Yeah, they can just keep that boat. I'm not messing with no gators.
Oh, so they got in the boat and back. Oh, man. So how do you get them out? I guess you just kind of wait it out.
Oh, you better have a big order.
I think you throw a whole chicken, throw it over in the water, like 20 feet from the boat.
I was thinking your fishing buddy.
Shake it. Your fishing buddy?
Yeah, you just push your fishing buddy in the water and you take off.
Yeah. That's like you always want to go out in the woods with somebody that's slower than you in case you run across a bear.
Exactly. Full armor bass, and I picked up what you were throwing down there. All-Star says, I got plenty of turtles. All-Star, you can keep all the turtles you want. We don't want any of them.
Yeah, I cleaned out my father-in-law's pond several years ago. We just sit around with a 22 and snipe turtles. It's kind of fun.
Chris says, any of you guys do noodling?
Dude, no. I was just talking to somebody about that the other day. You've done it.
I've done it. I will not go back. And anybody that tells you, oh, it's fun, it don't hurt, and this and that, you're full of crap. Because the top of my hand hurts so bad from reaching in there and grabbing it.
Yeah.
And when it clamps down and they start thrashing back and forth, I'm telling you, your hand will be sore.
Was it a flathead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was only like 8 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't much, but I'm telling you, my hand was sore.
Yeah, that's the only catfish that I've got bit by is a flathead.
Yeah. I know there's plenty of girls out there that do it all the time. They can call me a sissy all they want. I don't care.
Well, they got bikinis on. It's different.
Yeah.
Girls are always noodling with the bikinis on.
Yeah. So Fishing Fat Man, what's going on, man? Nice to have you in here. Slaying your mama as a killer? What?
Okay. I had a friend ask about caching rods. Let's see. I need to start that over. Make sense out of that?
I had a friend ask about his cash and rod hook about I'm throwing glide baits and some bigger swim baits. I think new rod is in my future.
Okay, so he's thinking about getting a glide bait cash and rod in the future.
The actual cash and rod. I have not used a cash and rod. I've heard nothing but good things about them. As far as a glide bait, I know. Oh dang it! White whale fishing. I know I haven't seen him on here tonight, but he did a video on I think it's a Dobbins rod. Maybe they're Dobbins Fear or Dobbins swim bait rod. But you can go check his channel out. He's actually got one on there. It's specifically for like glide baits and some bigger swim baits. Like I said, I think it's the Dobbins series though. But you might want to go check that out. Like I said, we don't throw a whole lot of big swim baits and stuff like that. But
I thought Tom had a friend who was asking his cash and rod a question. So I thought that's not what's going on. But I read that. I'm like, well, the guy's, you got a really tight relationship with your rod if you're asking him questions. It gets lonely out there on the lake sometimes.
Yes, it does.
I mean, I understand. Yeah. I'm talking to my camera all the time. It's not much better.
Yeah, I know. Everybody looks at me funny.
Yeah.
So Outdoor Addiction says, yeah, I'm subbed to both of y'all, and I've been shouting out to y'all on Instagram and giveaway. That is awesome.
Thanks,
dude.
man. We really appreciate that. That's how this stuff grows, man, is with you guys. Just sharing it and spreading the word.
100%. Robert says, I like to win that. Dude, as soon as we hit that 500, man, you can start leaving comments. And I did say in the video, I'm going to pick just a comment, just a random comment. But you guys can comment more than once, but I would appreciate if you would comment a buddy's name down there and hopefully get them over to sub to the channel. So not saying you have to, but I would appreciate it.
Jason says, Abu are great reels. I've been thinking about grabbing a few for myself, but I do like my Enigma reels. I don't have any experience with Enigma.
No, I picked a couple of them up down at the Knoxville show and was kind of playing with them. And the one thing I can tell you about the Enigma reels, they have a 100% lifetime guarantee on them.
Really?
You just pay, I think it's like $30 for the shipping and handling, and they will replace your reel for any problems.
Wow.
So that's really hard to pass up. So if you're a guy that puts your reel through a lot of tough crap every single year, and they only last about a year, that may be a reel to go check out. So at the end of the year, you just spend your $30 and you got a brand new reel sitting there.
Yeah.
And their Ipen series, I picked that up. I mean, it's a smooth reel. The only thing that I remember anybody saying was something about the bearings. Took a little bit of getting used to. It wasn't a bad thing or like that. It was just getting used to those type of bearings or something they use. I do remember hearing that, but
yeah, that was Aaron Martins was with him up until recently. I think he moved on to somebody else. I think Jesse Tacarante is the owner of that company. He's a tournament fisherman. Robert says, you cheated last time, Tin Horse Monty. LOL, all your names. Yep, that's right. They were all mine, but I still didn't win. It's not fair. Who won that last time?
Denny Hall, DJ Hall.
Yeah,
DJ
DJ
Hall?
Hall. Yeah, his name was in there 5 times. It was Sir DJ, DJ Junior, DJ
Yeah.
the second, DJ the third.
I know better than that because I had to write all them damn names out. That was a bunch of them.
Robert says he's used the Abbey Revo SX.
That's awesome.
Carl, we really appreciate that, man. We really, really appreciate it. Helps
Yep.
us out.
He wants a Revo SX4. So 570 Bath says, "Yeah, I just picked up the Speedful LFS for $99. Look at so far, but I'm up here in Pennsylvania, so I haven't had a lot of time with it yet. But the 2 times I had, I can tell you it'd be a good reel. Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're great reels. They really are.
Okay. Jason says he usually takes off before I get close enough. Oh, they usually take off before I get close enough. He's referring to the alligator laying in his boat. Oh, that's good.
Slap your mama. It's a seasoning. Okay.
Okay, I'm like,
We were wondering where
his
you were
mama,
going.
my mama, who we slapping here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jason Beck says he's out. So all right, Jason, we'll see you later, man.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Nice alligator stories, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you can just keep them.
We had alligators, peacock bass, catfish,
Yes.
bird stories, snake stories.
Yeah, it's been nuts. That's for sure.
Threw a little beaver in there.
So, is there anybody you guys would like to see brought on as a guest? We got a little notepad here. We're kind of writing some names down, some people. We've got probably 3 more guys?
Yeah.
3 more guys we're going to have on. But just kind of curious if you guys have anybody in mind. One that's eligible.
Kevin Van Dam, we already tried to get a hold of him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah. I've tried a couple other ones. I've really been hitting on Luke Duncan. That's not a joke either. I've been blowing up his feed and his YouTube channel and everything. I'm trying to get him on here. So I told him it's either him or Swindle. So just take your pick. One of them's got to come over. So let's see where we're at here. Right there, Fish Fat Man. If I would win the bait caster, I would have to learn to use it. Hey man, nothing wrong with that. That's a good one to learn with, a free one.
Heck yeah, man. You fishing with the spinning rod? That's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, definitely not. So Tom says, I was thinking about a Dobbins, but the hookup and cashing, I'm making the leap. I've been playing with my glide baits on a 7-foot heavy rogue rod that has been sitting idle. There you go. Let me know how you like a cashing rod. Like I said, I've heard nothing but good things out of cashing rods.
Yeah, it's fun to bring those idle rods out of retirement and start incorporating into your lineup.
Now, I will say this. I actually seen, and I don't know how many of you guys on here are Bass Geek fans, but I met Hank down at the expo, and that dude is 100% awesome dude. Very, very genuine. We'll talk to anybody who wants, just stop him anywhere you see him. He's more than happy to talk to you. But he bought a rod down at the expo, and I think it's JB Custom Rods. And I really wasn't paying attention to the rods when I walked by. I guess I just didn't notice it, but he bought one of them and he was showing it on his channel. I think it was his last video. But if you look down the eyes actually spiral around and upside down.
Yeah.
So they start off on top and spiral around it and end up on the bottom at the tip.
Mm-hmm.
But they said it's supposed to be better. It's supposed to be casting farther, more accurate feel and this and that. Have any of you guys thrown any of those?
There was a company, it's been probably 15 years ago, that had that guide concept. I can't remember the company, but that was real popular there for a little bit, and it kind of went away. So
yeah,
he's bringing that back.
It's the first time I've seen it. I couldn't fathom what was actually going on.
I've got several rods that look like that, but they're not supposed to look like that.
I have the same thing. I think it's from laying on the front of the boat, but
those micro guides, man.
Yeah, they're bad about it.
Yeah, I got them all tweaked to the side.
Yep. Mox says the new boat is looking great. That's going to be an awesome rig. It should be a lot more stable than the old 14.
Yeah, man, you got that right. I only took that. I took that boat out one time when I brought it back from Union City, Tennessee. I took the 25 horse off of it and put my 9.9 Tahatsu and drove out to about 160 acre lake and ran it and fished out of it. And man, it was pretty nice. So that's what I'm sitting on in my memory on that one day. But yeah, thanks, Moxon. I appreciate that. It's coming along. I'm going to be working on it pretty hard over the next couple of weeks. And I got tournaments coming up. I'm planning on fishing out of that. So I got to get on it. I got a lot. I wrote out a project list. I wrote out a mods list. It's like there's like 27 items on there. And I even wrote down the ones that I've already done just to make me feel better so I could cross them out, you know, and then I got all that laid down. I wrote up a wiring schematic diagram thing. So I've got it all in front of me. It's just a matter of applying.
I'm going to make sure you take this boat out a few times before I get in it with you.
I've drilled a few holes in it.
I'll say there's going to be a fire or it's going down. It's probably going to be the rear end of it first. So.
Yeah. Well, and I just rendered a switch box install mod video a couple nights. So that's going to be coming out in a couple days. I did the access hatch video, and then let's see, I did
that foam.
Oh God, that foam, man.
That's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah. So you got I think it was like 13 inches of foam, and the only way to get it done.
It's compressed foam.
It's compressed.
Yeah.
It's a closed cell marine grade foam. And I just took a putty knife to it. And it was funny. I'd been down there for about 30 minutes chipping away at it. And my daughter comes through the door into the lower garage, and I'm just covered with little beads of foam. She says, "What are you doing?" And I said, I feel like I dropped my wedding ring in a snowdrift or my wallet. I'm sitting there trying to find it. And it was a mess, and I was videoing it. So my GoPro had like little aluminum shavings and little white pellets all over it. It was a mess. But
I was actually, if I'd have known what you were doing before you dropped the video, I was going to say you could have got a pipe and just sharpened the edge around it and stuck it down on a shop vac.
Oh, a pipe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would suck it right up through there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't know.
We were trying to figure out. I think I was talking to Tom. I can't remember who that was, or maybe it was David. Sedlock, he's not on here, but he was thinking about taking like a sawzall and cutting it into chunks. So I don't know. I mean, I did what I could do.
Yeah. See, Joe says I was with Bob and he introduced me to the casting rod hookup. I was checking out the rod for a glide and swim bait Saturday. $200 out the boat show. No, that's a cheap one.
Yeah.
$200 on a rod. It ought to work pretty good.
Yeah.
Joe said Bill Dance. I don't know if we can handle Bill Dance on the show.
Bill Dance. He's in Memphis. He might actually make a live appearance. It's only a 3-hour drive, 3.5-hour drive.
Yeah.
We'd have to go down and get him though, I think.
Okay, Bassmaster says Oklahoma's worth staying there in Okie. I was actually just on their stream the other night, actually. That was Thursday night. I was still somewhat sick then. Robert says, yeah, I was thinking that. Bill Dance. Big John's Life. Yeah, he could be one. G-Man would be cool. Yeah, absolutely. That's one man I really, really want to meet. I think he's just a down-to-earth dude. Okay, it says the common man for all over the country to get an idea of how fishing is all around.
That's a good idea.
Yep, that's why I said anybody on here that's got a webcam and a mic, we'll be more than happy to have you on here. We'll kind of go over some stuff. And
tactical bassing, maybe not.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, that's all right.
I think I got a better chance with Gerald Swindle.
You can always shoot an email.
Bass Geek would be a great guess. I remember the twisted eye rods. Never bought one. Don't know if they were good to use for that. Pretty wild looking. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, those were, like I was saying earlier, there was a push on those it's about 15, 20 years ago. I remember those. Never threw one. I remember seeing people had them on the deck of their boat though.
I don't think I've ever seen them. That was the first time I've seen it. But
yeah, I want to see. I want to think it was. I'm thinking it's a B&H. B&H make rods, B&H Outlaw or something. I don't know where I'm coming up with that, but probably disregard that statement. But yeah, there was a company doing that.
Tom says, I have 2 Roberts wrap rods. Mine came from a Lowe's Custom Rods out of Arkansas. I think they were
defunct now.
The other company that I first saw spiral wrap rods was Bob Evanhart Rods, made in Illinois.
That's probably just because of where we live. I'd say that's a good possibility that Bob Eberhart.
Yep, Rob's Wrap is the original name for the spiral wraps.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I can. I'll have to ask Baskey, see how it works out for him. I'd have a hard time spending money on that. Just on somebody's idea of what should happen or what it should do,
Yeah.
I would want a little bit more of a.
I'm sure they got the science figured out.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably actually just slap a reel on there and thread the line in there and pull it and see how the blank flexes around the guides. Yeah. I mean, that'd probably tell you right there. You can see it.
It says BNR Outlaw Rods.
BNR Outlaw Rods.
Yeah.
I remember that company. I think that's the Spiral one at one time.
All right. Well, you got anything else?
I'm good, dude. I mean,
right.
I've enjoyed it, man. It's good
Yeah.
touching base with you guys.
We're all caught up on comments and everything. I'm gonna check this out real quick. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I just seen something come through. That is for okay. I'll put this down. This is the discount code for Florida Tackle Club. So I'll go back through and I'll put this in the description for you guys. If you guys are interested or want to send somebody a gift or something like that, that'd be a pretty awesome gift. And if you haven't checked them out, go over and check them out. They do have some pretty nice stuff in their boxes, and it's all name brand stuff. It's stuff you can go and buy more of if you need more of or whatever. Like I said, Moxon Lures has their jigs in there and stuff, so they're pretty legit. They look like some really nice boxes. So I'd make a great present for somebody for their birthday or young kids growing up or whatever. So.
Valentine's Day is coming up. What better way to show love for your loved one than to get
fishing stuff
box? Right.
I mean, if you want to show me you love me, you buy me fishing stuff.
You can keep the chocolate and flowers, man.
Yeah.
Just give me a hard bait, like a crankbait or something, whatever. A jig.
A whole box.
A whole box of
holy
goodness.
Cow.
Yeah, box of chocolates, box of fishing lures.
Yeah.
I'm going with the fishing lures all day long.
I am too.
Yeah. So
unless there's a reel in one of them, I'm going with that.
Yeah. I was looking for that reel.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, that's all we got for today. We will see you guys again next Monday. And like I said, as soon as we hit 500, I will drop that video and we will start that giveaway.
And some lucky winner will get this bad boy.
So, absolutely.
All right. Take care, guys.
See ya.
Peace. It's a nice reel.